Alright, so let's get rolling. I've actually never unboxed a Google phone before. I am an avid Apple user, so I have a lot of different Apple devices, but I've never done a Google. I will say that the box is nice and small, which I can appreciate always. And then this is interesting, so looks like you peel these off here. Just slide out. Alright. Okay. So you can see Google Pixel 10 Pro, and let's go ahead and get this baby out. Ooh, I like this little finger loop. That's interesting. Put that to the side for a second. Obviously, only thing coming in the box is the cable itself. So get that off to the side. And phone. No longer need a physical SIM card to activate your eSIM during phone setup. Here we go. You guys ready for this? Yes. Alright, this is sleek. I can actually come to appreciate this. So obviously not super familiar with the camera bump on the back being this big, which is new to me, but really this feels great in hand. I have the Pro Max now for the iPhone, and so this actually fits well. This is the Google Pixel 10 Pro, so it's not the XL. All right, what do you say we start this baby up?
Okay, so setup experience, right? So obviously, like coming from an iPhone, everything flows pretty seamlessly between all of the devices, and especially like through your Apple account. And so let's see how this does compared to iPhone. So I'm setting this up for myself. Let's take a look at how long this thing takes to get set up. Obviously, I'm not going to be transitioning from my iPhone. I'm still going to be using that. Time to sign in. I'm going to cut out through this and pop right back in. Okay, so skipping the mobile network for now. Need to get something like that set up. Obviously the pen. That's not my actual pen, guys. Don't worry. Setting up the fingerprint. Let's go ahead and do that. I've never actually done this on a Pixel, so it is nice. Oh, okay. It is nice that it's. I do miss the fingerprint in the iPhone, so let's see. Tappy tap, 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 tap. Man, this thing really wants you to tap a ton. Which I guess I understand to a point. Okay, fingerprint added. Face unlock. We'll skip this for now, just so I don't have to awkwardly do that in front of the camera. No, I don't have any things to copy over. Then, I'll turn my back up. Legal terms. Okay, obviously, big selling point with any of the Pixels versus an iPhone at this point is going to be their AI. And so I'm actually really curious to see how this shakes out with Gemini being fully ingrained in the actual phone itself. Obviously, Apple's trying to do this. It's not working so hot. If you ask them, they would even admit that, so... Okay, so actually the Magic Queue is new to the Pixels. I'm actually super excited to try that. Essentially, it just gives you some details, like if your mom texts you and says, you know, where are we meeting for dinner tonight? You're able to have it just pop up at the bottom of your screen, if you have reservations in your email or text that you had sent her before, and it'll tell you, like, you're meeting at, you know, Steak and Shake or something. Yeah. That's a Midwestern thing. Okay, let's go ahead and turn that on. The Daily Hub, not super familiar with that, but let's do it. And then screenshots. Sure, we're just going to turn everything on. Car crash detection, obviously, let's get that on. This looks to be AirDrop, essentially, so let's turn that on. And then we have Google Pay. Okay, so skipped over the adding the card, obviously, but this is looking to be where I can add some of the other settings. So I'm going to roll through these real quick. Translations, live translate, I speak English, let's do that. Identify music playing around you. I never utilize these features, guys. I'm just gonna say no. Control info on the lock screen. Sure, we'll do that. Auto adjust. Now this is interesting. Adaptive vibration and adaptive sound. So there are times where I miss vibrations on the iPhone because they're just not powerful enough. I'm curious to see if that helps with that. Prepare for an emergency. I will skip through that because I'm sure it's going to go through some personal things there. Font size. I think this the default looks good here. I do not need to add another email, so we'll do that. Additional apps. Okay. Let's do docs, home, keep, probably not news, Google One, wallet, translate. I don't know what Find Hub is. Oh, that's similar to Find My. I don't have a Pixel Watch, LM, and Journal. Journal is a new application. Okay, and then it wants us to, let's see, just test out all the new, or the swipe gestures, which is nice coming from an iPhone. That's easy enough. Go to the home screen. Whoops. That's interesting because on an iPhone, it's the opposite way if you want to go, you know, backwards. Switch apps. So you swipe release and hold it for a second, then release. Ooh, listen to that sound. We are all ready. So overall, guys, setup super nice. First impressions with this thing, I'm actually fairly impressed with how this thing looks and feels. It's got a nice sheen to it on the side, which I really appreciate, but then I really dig this moonstone color.